So how is your emotional intelligence? Do you reckon you have the emotional maturity to talk about your feelings effectively and to inspire others to do the same, even your 82-year-old father? Welcome aboard. I'm sat in a cafe at Kent County Cricket Ground, and this is my dad, Anthony, 82 years old. We are indulging in one of our great family traditions of watching cricket. It's raining outside, so nothing is going on. So we're having a lovely conversation about various different things. And a lot of it, often for me, revolves around the idea of emotional intelligence. And I think that if I can learn to understand my emotions, my feelings, express them, understand my actions, my thought processes, and articulate them in a good way, show something a bit vulnerable about myself, reveal something that might be uncomfortable, then it might inspire someone else to do the same. And I was just saying to my dad, doesn't matter what age we are, I hope to be able to do that for the older generation and the younger generation. And then I asked him whether me talking about my stuff encourages him, from his sort of puritanical background, whether to reveal something about himself. So what do you reckon?
Well, what do you mean puritanical background? Just because I was born up a very traditional Protestant doesn't mean I've got a flexibility of thought or a range of emotion span.
No, of course, you're not allowed emotions at all, are you? Really? But would you say that me going through this process encourages you to talk a little bit more freely about yourself, even though you're my father? This is kind of an unusual situation, yes. I would say.
Yes, of course. I mean, reflecting on past times and what we've done together and how it's built a fabric of, our relationship and so on is obviously good, and we have shared a lot of very good times and thoughts together.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we were talking, some potentially risky areas earlier. I was pointing out how, some of the things, the difficulties in our relationship when we were younger, how I felt about it, but without criticism, without judgment, without blame, without being the victim myself. And then I've asked you about your background as well, to talk a little bit about your childhood. So, we have to approach those difficult subjects, but if we see them as not opportunities to criticise, but opportunities to actually learn something about each other, for me that's valuable. What do you think?
Well, I think we all bring a lot of baggage from early days, and it lingers round. And I think there's a lot of sorting out that needs to be done. And at my great age, I'm still trying to figure out my past and what makes sense and this, that, and the other. So to sort that out and make a sense of what one does is essential part of carrying on thinking and living.
Yeah, I think that's such a succinct way of putting it. It doesn't matter how old we are, it's so important to try and unravel our past. And if we can do that together in safe space, if we can encourage that between ourselves in a monologue, then all the better. So those are our philosophical thoughts on this rainy day in Kent. I think we might get some more cricket in a minute. But even so, it's a wonderful opportunity for us to spend time together.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think in that box below. And in the meantime, keep it in the greens.